Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Brothers, Five Things.
There's no way to tell that it's Monday. Stop introing videos like that.
It's going to be a thing.
All right, fine. Happy Monday if it's Monday where you're at.
I've got this red bag, Cameron. Got this red bag, and in this bag,
What are the
we both have red bags.
Yeah.
Is what we are talking about today.
Most of mine are in here.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I have all but one.
Woof, woof.
But before we get to that...
Just kidding.
Before we get to that...
Nothing's alive in there.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Hold for bag movement. I'm doing good. Yeah, it's good. It's a good day.
It's
Glad
good.
to be here. Hey, I'm just glad to be here.
Me too. It's just this. We've said it in the last episode. This podcast is an excuse for us to hang out.
Yep.
And it's two brothers that have known each other for a long time.
Always. Since
Yeah,
birth.
you could argue that we've known each other since birth, and just get to know a little bit more about each other.
Yeah. Just peek behind the curtain, as it were, to our innermost things that we love.
Just get past that crusty exterior into the warm, gooey center.
Yes, like a pie.
Like a pie.
Like a really good pie.
with crusty crust.
Was that what you were referencing when you talked about crust?
No, I don't know what I was talking about, but it was not a pie. I think I was like maybe talking about a piece of fruit, but that doesn't make sense either.
Human crust?
What's something that has crusty crust and then a warm, gooey center?
A pie. That's what I was... That's the whole reason I asked if that's what we were talking about.
All right.
Oh.
This podcast is like a pie.
Yeah, this podcast brought to you by pie. Cherry, peach,
There's all kinds of
apple,
pies. There's so many to choose from.
you
What's
name
your
it.
favorite pie? We'll do a whole episode about pies, but
We'll do a whole episode about pies.
briefly, favorite pie.
Briefly, I would have to say it's probably an apple, like a good apple pie.
You putting that ice cream on it, right? The vanilla ice cream?
Depends. Sometimes I don't need it. If the pie's good enough, you don't necessarily need.
I would
the
argue
fixins.
that apple pie is incomplete without some vanilla cream.
It's not called apple pie and cream.
I just think it needs that yin to the yang. It needs that sweet to the. I guess they're both sweet, but it needs the. It's more about the temperature. It's the hot pie and the cold ice cream fused together to make a delicious flavor, which is probably my favorite combo of pie.
Just apple pie and
If
vanilla.
with this ice cream, if we're talking about just pie. Oh man, I don't know.
I think it's just
I like
apple pie.
I like a good pumpkin, but it's got to be around Thanksgiving. I mean, when else do you eat pumpkin pie?
I don't even eat pumpkin pie anymore. Just the pumpkin cake that our stepmom makes.
Love that pumpkin cake.
lovely.
Shout out to Kelly.
Yes, you make a great pumpkin cheese cake.
Can you make some for us?
If you're seeing this, we'll be over soon. Just text us whenever you are seeing this so that we know to come over for pumpkin cheesecake.
Oh man, yeah, I'd eat
Cheesecake?
I'd eat
no,
that
pumpkin sheet cake.
pumpkin sheet cake. I'd eat it any
Yeah.
time of the year. It doesn't even have to be for Thanksgiving. Pumpkin sheet cake, always.
Yes. Just that
But pumpkin
icing, the
pie,
icing on
it's got to be
good.
November for it to feel right.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Two Brothers, Five Things. This is where we talk about our top five of whatever category we're talking about. And today,
And this is how we get to know each other, by learning more about certain categories, little by little.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of this show, we're going to know pretty much everything about each other.
yeah,
It's going to be great.
it's true.
But today's five things, Roman, are actual things that we have here. Normally we have a list.
It's true.
Normally we would have a list and it's just like...
By normally, we mean the last one episode that we've done.
Yes. That's yes. So when I say normally, I was thinking what will probably normally happen. I guess
right.
it doesn't make, no. Today's list of five things are the five things that we can't live without,
Yep.
but more accurately probably could live without.
Yes.
That's the list. It's a long title.
We can't live without these things, but we probably.
But I mean, let's be honest. If it's not like
Food,
water, food,
yeah.
shelter, air,
Yeah.
the four elements.
I thought about actually doing the joke where that is my list.
I did too.
Oh,
gosh. Okay.
But it only
Food,
would've-
water, and shelter was like, I only need a top three. That was the joke I was thinking of.
It only would have gotten us so far.
Yeah. Right here.
Yes.
That's how far it would have got us.
So we each brought our duffel,
That's what's in the red duffel.
and we're gonna go through our top five things we can't live without.
Just
So
hold on,
some of
let me
them are very practical,
zip this up.
for me anyway, and some are
You don't know what's on my list.
I mean, they're all
might
kind
all
of
be very
they're all kind of
practical.
practical. I was actually concerned this might be a little bit boring because I have a serious side that a lot of people don't see. I own a business and I do video marketing, and some of these things help me with that.
I do not have a serious side.
He doesn't.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to get into.
You'll probably never see my serious side either, unless we're doing business.
Or you're attacking us.
To it.
If you attack us, you're really going to see our serious side.
You don't want to get on a bad side.
The serious side of our foots and fists.
I can be cutthroat.
Oh, we're not going to cut their throat, Roman.
We really got graphic.
Number 5.
Number 5. Actually, you went first last time. I want to go first.
Oh.
Number 5 is my yellow legal pad. My trusty yellow legal pad.
You write everything on this.
I do. If I'm brainstorming, for instance, these are all brainstorm names for this podcast. And you know what I came up with?
Zoom in. Don't zoom in too close. What'd you come up with?
These are the throwaways.
Ah.
I came up with Two Brothers 5 things, and this is what's circled and highlighted because that's how I work with. I use it for scratch. If I'm having if a client is giving me a call, I'm needing to take down some details. I write down things that I can turn against them. I can manipulate the conversation.
Oh my gosh. Just kidding. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Roma, but you also doodle from time to time.
I do. I'm a big doodler. Would
you consider? I mean, you are an artist in many ways, but would you consider yourself like a drawing art, like hands-on artist? I don't know, like not graphic design, not.
I don't think I have a hard time considering myself an artist.
Really?
I do. Yeah.
Is that a humble thing?
No, I just don't. I feel like I'm more just kind of figure it out as I go. I don't know. I feel like artists is like always creating for themselves, and I try to do that, but I don't think of myself as an artist. But I probably am.
Oh,
I've put out a lot of kind of like videos and stuff like that. So
very introspective, very fast.
My serious side.
Oh, we found it already, and no one even had to attack him. So that's good.
But I definitely doodle. I don't draw unless I have to get an idea across. But yeah, trusty legal pad.
I've actually started drawing more, like trying to actually get good at the art.
I respect that.
Yeah, and so it's just something
good skill to have.
I write a lot, and there's some projects I'm working on with like wanting to do like children's books and stuff, but illustrations cost, and if you can,
what do they?
If you can write and illustrate, it doesn't cost you a thing other than like the
your
logistics.
Time.
Yeah,
what's that worth? 0.
Something probably.
Okay, what's yours?
My number 5. Cheese.
Cheese.
It's cheese. Yeah, no,
a perishable.
Yes, a perishable, which means that this video is going to need to be a little shorter because this is the last of my cheese.
Can we have some of that cheese right now? Can we go split cheese on a slice?
Let's split a slice. You wanna like wishbone it? Where we pull
let's
it in
wishbone
half?
it.
Tell me your wish so it doesn't come true.
I wish for more cheese.
Oh yeah. Well, what I was saying was, with this cheese, sandwich cheese specifically, I like sandwiches a lot. One thing I wish about sandwich cheese is I would just make it like a centimeter longer on each side, because it's always just slightly shorter than the bread. Maybe I just need better bread.
You need better. You can get your cheese at the deli. They have like the rectangle cheese. But that might be slightly too long. I don't know what bread you're working with. I work with a kind of a rectangle bread. It's
I
kind
think
of
it'd be too long.
Expensive stuff.
I'm a man of simple pleasures here.
Yeah.
Which is why my number 5 thing on my top 5 things I can't live without is cheese. And again, I totally could live without it, but it's really nice. It adds flavor. It brings a lot of life.
Yeah, I agree. I love cheese, and as does the majority of the world, I believe.
But would they put it on the top?
Would you say
5?
favorite cheese? Was that Colby Jack? Is that your favorite?
Well,
great value?
It just depends. No, definitely not great value. I'm going to put this on the ground. I would say my favorite cheese would probably be Colby Jack, because I use cheese most on sandwiches.
Yeah.
And that's the best sandwich cheese. Fight me. See my serious side. It's the best cheese.
Fun fact about cheese. This isn't a fun fact. I think did I tell you this?
Just a
so
fact.
Like my wife goes out of town. Our wives went out of town on a trip.
Yes.
Together.
All the way to Mexico.
They went to Mexico. Yeah. They're not there now, so don't try anything. Okay.
I don't know what.
We'll get on our bad side.
Yeah. You have to see our serious side.
So when she goes out of town, I find myself, when you get used to sleeping next to another human, it's you just get used to it. And so when she's gone, I find myself watching weird YouTube videos late into the night.
Same here.
So
I don't think I went to sleep before like 2 a.m. while she was gone.
Wow.
Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm just laying there.
Okay, I thought I was bad.
Yeah, my kid wakes up at like 7, so it was pretty rough.
It's rough. Stop giving personal details to the internet.
I don't have a kid. You have a kid.
So I found myself watching a video about like how to make the perfect grilled cheese. This is like at midnight. And after I watched the video, I'm like, I gotta make a grilled cheese. Yeah. I had several cheeses in my fridge. I had some decent bread. I had butter, and I made the grilled cheese.
Was it the Gordon Ramsay grilled cheese?
No, that grilled cheese is terrible.
Is it?
Gordon Ramsay's grilled cheese is terrible.
His eggs look pretty gross too.
I actually really like the Gordon Ramsay eggs.
Makes them too runny.
All right, moving on.
That's beside the point, I suppose.
Food. Okay, my number 4. Eddie Bauer pajamas. These are my eBaus PJs. They're flannel. And growing up, I always thought flannel PJs, they would be hot and sticky.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't like them.
Yeah.
But they're surprisingly breathable. They're extremely comfortable. If you come to my house after 7 p.m., I will be in these.
You'll be in your PJs.
Yeah, if I answer the door after 7, I'm in my PJs.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love them.
I just use sweatpants, just like a normal pair of sweatpants. Same thing?
Well, no. I would argue they're not the same thing. Oh. Their sweatpants are heavier. They got the elastic that's kind of along on the waist. It's like kind of hugging you.
Yeah.
These are flowing. They're baggy. Okay.
Billowing.
Which
some might
baggy
say.
Pants. They're back in with the kids these days.
For now.
But these are baggy. Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing form fitting about them. There's some baggy pipes that you put on your legs. They keep you warm when it's cold.
Don't you work in marketing? That's such a weird thing to call pants.
Do you need baggy pipes that you put on your legs? Pants?
Take my money now.
Baggy pipes. Yeah. So number 4, can't live without these.
Yeah.
I'm going to put these back.
Well, it's interesting that his number 4 thing was baggy pipes, because my number 4 is bagpipes. Not quite.
Fun fact about bagpipes. There's a bagpipist in my neighborhood that like every Sunday at 3 o'clock, he bagpipes out his window somewhere and nobody knows where he's at. But if it's 3 o'clock on a Sunday, you hear him playing bagpipes. He's playing Amazing Grace last Sunday. I went outside and I was like,
how lovely.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah. But is it like are people trying to find him?
Probably.
Like, where is
I
this guy?
haven't actually discussed it.
Where's this bagpipe guy?
He's got to be within pretty close. How far? I think bagpipes kind of like travels. Maybe he's all the way across the other side of the neighborhood.
Hey,
I don't know.
Just ask someone from Scotland. My number 4 thing. Sorry to shut down that conversation.
Fine.
Anyway, my number 4 thing I have to go get real quick.
While he's doing that, I'll tell a joke.
I'm back. It's a guitar.
Play us a song.
Down
the West Texas town of El Paso.
I'm not really great at playing guitars. I can a little bit. Anyway,
it's very gentle.
It's very gentle. This is a very small traveler's guitar. I know just the very basics of guitars because I really wanted to get good enough to write songs. And then I never had any desire to grow anymore in the guitar profession.
But you can't live without this.
It is one of those things. I do find myself. It's one of those things where when I need to like just clear my head. It's just like just pick up a guitar. Not specifically this one. This one's, just
very small.
It's one that stays upstairs.
Yeah, it's a show guitar.
Well, maybe not that, but it is. Yeah, so it's one of a few guitars that I have, and I just find myself just tickling the old ivories, strings.
Yeah,
I think that's a piano term because like the ivory keys.
Yeah, we all know. We've all heard the phrase.
Point is, I do enjoy playing guitar, and it's
lovely.
So much so that it's my number 4 thing.
My number 3 thing is this one is. You know what? I'm gonna show my cards. I'm gonna get real with you guys. This is something that I was I didn't really want to have this on my list, but if I'm being real,
Oh.
I need it.
Safe space, Roman.
Yeah, it's hair products. Okay. It's I don't love that it's the case, but it's true. I've got my Mitch Reformer and my Crew Fiber Cream.
Reformer.
I lick your boom boom down.
That's probably good.
So a little housekeeping for you. Obviously, my hair isn't fixed right now because I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah.
It says stay cool. Summertime.
It says Rad Dad as well.
Rad Dad, because I am a rad dad. Got for Father's Day, my family. Shout out, ciao.
No personal information.
I have a family.
Ugh.
I think everyone is. I think that's okay.
All right, fine.
So this goes in first when my hair is wet, and then I dry the hair into the rough shape that I want to put it in, and then I put this in to finish it off. And I didn't bring my hairspray, but that comes next to lock it into place. Just little hair tips for you, little pro hair tips.
Sounds like a lot of fuss.
It is.
I get my hair to a certain spot, and then I just put got to be glued hair gel in it. It was the first hair gel that you ever used, and you told me about, and I was like,
and you really hung on to it.
And I was like, this works, but like you've also had like multiple hairstyles, and I've been holding on to this one since I was about 8, maybe. After we moved out of the trailer park and cut our mullets, I think this is where.
Got to be glued. Yeah, hopefully they never discontinue it.
I never thought about that. I'd probably just go to hats if that were the case.
My first hair gel was LA Looks.
Okay.
It came in a giant bottle. I mean giant.
Yeah.
Like the size of economy size.
Yeah.
And they had all the bubbles in it.
Yeah.
And it was that just like super cheap gel.
Yeah, it's like an aloe vera consistency.
Yeah, exactly. And
so
it was
weird.
The hairstyle for me then was push everything forward, flip the front up. Like you ran into a wall.
And then your hair was all spiked, but you hit the wall pretty hard and it just.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we'll flash a picture.
You and your good pal, whose name at that point was Jim Bob. I don't know what he goes by.
He goes by
now.
JB these days.
Lovely human.
Love
really
that
nice,
guy.
Really nice guy.
Benefit Medical Apparel. Check him out. BenefitMedical.com if you need scrubs. Shout out to JB.
This episode, not necessarily sponsored, but hey.
Maybe he'll be a sponsor in the future.
He's a lovely human being.
Air Force veteran.
Can't say enough.
Love him.
Yeah. And I vividly remember you guys having that hairstyle that it's like full on like flat and then turned up.
I don't know where we got it. I don't think it's anywhere in pop culture. Like,
I don't think so.
It might have been like kind of like a Nick Lachey, maybe like a Backstreet Boys.
It's just
inspired by.
It was an odd hairstyle, but man, I thought you guys were the coolest.
I remember thinking, and this is the honest truth, I remember thinking that I had the coolest hair of anybody I know, and I remember thinking it looked amazing.
Yeah.
LA Looks.
Yeah. Thanks, LA Looks.
Well, I'm glad I chose this for one of these because that birthed some fun stories.
That was wonderful. Number 3, I also, if I'm thinking correctly, I also have to. Nope, it's right here. Number 3. Now this is not specifically this, but just in general, fans.
Fans.
A fan, I cannot. Oh, there's a lot of grass on this for some reason. Can't live without fans.
Fans are great.
I think it's just something. If I had to sleep in a room without a fan.
Is it for the noise or for the cooling ability?
A little bit of both. I'm a pretty sweaty person. One of my catchphrases around the office is every shirt's a sweatshirt. It's because I do. People are like, Cameron, why are you sweating? Well, I woke up this morning. I got up, I moved, and all of a sudden I'm sweating.
I woke up like this.
Yeah. But like the bad way. And so, yeah, to me, a fan is something like I have to have one when I'm sleeping for sure. And it's not for the noise because we have a sound machine for the noise. More personal information. I think
we lead very similar lives. I also sleep with a sound machine and a fan, not because I want to, but because my wife loves.
Well, we got
our room. She wants our room to sound like a wind tunnel.
So we got
like a hangar, like an airplane hangar with like jets flying and starting. It's like, and I mean, honestly, I think I sometimes have a concern. Like if someone like were to break in, how would I hear? How would I hear even my alarm going off if my home alarm were to go be blaring? Our room is so loud that I don't know.
I know the feeling. We actually got our sound machine because of you and Julianne. We went on a Disney trip.
Get names.
Did I say Julianne?
Redacted.
I meant Boolean. Anyway, anyway.
I'll just beep it out.
Yeah, well, that's not going to be great for me. Your wife and you.
Yeah.
We went on a Disney trip and you guys had that sound machine and we thought this was the most annoying thing in the world. And then we took a nap with the sound machine. Because we were in the same room, I think.
It's lovely.
We finally went to sleep and it was like, this is the best night's sleep I've ever had.
Shout out to Dome. I don't know what they're called.
You're gonna shout out someone you don't even know.
It's the sound machine that they got at Target. I think it's at Target.
Oh.
Or it might be on the internet.
It's like all based on air.
Yeah, it's like a little fan.
Like a tiny, really loud fan.
It's not that electronic crap that's like electronic static sound.
Yeah.
That's garbage.
That's baj, as
you don't
we
want
say.
that. Okay, you want the real. It's got a little fan built in. It's like
Everything else is total baj.
you can adjust the frequency. It's like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I actually almost added that to my list, but I'm not that bougie.
Yeah, that's my number 3 though.
The sound machine? The fan.
No, the fan. The fan.
Yeah,
was
what's my number 3?
But I thought you did number 3.
Oh, I did. Yeah. So my number 2.
Yeah.
My number 2. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is my mini alarm clock. Okay.
Oh, it's so tiny.
Yes, I bought this. Oh, got some hair product on there.
Oh no.
I bought this on the internet, and I thought it was much bigger. It was one that I bought on Amazon, and I thought it was like 5 times the size.
It would lead me to believe that is true.
I think it was like $8. Something very cheap. I mean, it's not a high quality item.
Right.
But I love having an analog alarm clock.
Yeah.
Because I don't like sleeping with my phone next to my bed.
Is that battery powered?
Except for when, my wife's out of town and I'm watching YouTube videos late in the night.
Gotta have
I
it.
can't help myself.
You can't be like, I'm about to fall asleep.
So this is a twofold benefit. Okay, It's battery powered. It is. You set the alarm by like pulling up there. That's it. And then I set it across the room.
Yeah.
So when it beeps, I have to get up, walk across the room,
And go.
and turn it off.
So it wakes you up.
Yeah, and by that time, I mean, you could do that with a phone.
Yeah.
That's just a tactic that if you ever look and you're like, I snooze too much, just put the alarm system across the room, and you'll get up, you'll turn it off. If you have absolutely no self-discipline, you'll go back and go to bed.
Yeah.
But if you got even a little bit, you're like, I'm already standing.
But even it's not necessarily just self-discipline, because sometimes you'll wake up and be like, man, I really got to go to the bathroom. And so then it's just an even longer trip. You turn off the alarm and you're like, well, I can't just lay back down.
Exactly, yeah.
I have to go to the bathroom first. And by the time your feet hit that tile, it's game over.
I got heated tile in my bathroom.
Do you really?
I just put it in, baby.
I might come steal that.
I am bougie. It's a game changer. Honestly.
How does it?
Well worth the money. I remodeled my bathroom, put in heated tile. There's like heated coils, and it has a thermostat on the wall. So it's not like you switch it on. It's just always on, baby.
I'm not bougie. I don't want to bring
very bougie.
I'm surprised you didn't bring one of those tiles here with you.
Well, the tile itself isn't heated. There's a coil system underneath.
Sounds
That
safe.
heats up.
Sounds very
It probably is fine. I mean, I don't know. But it's and once you go with the heated floor, you're not going back, baby. You will not go back. But alarm.
I kind of like the quick chill that you get whenever you step into the...
There's something to be said.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the heated floor in the wintertime.
Ooh, because it's summer right now.
Yeah, summer, so it's
probably not so great.
It's still nice.
Is this number 2? My number 2 thing?
Your number 2.
My number 2 thing, I've got to leave again, and I'll explain why.
All right. I will tell a joke while he is gone.
All right, I'm back. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll get to that joke later. It's a little board game called Settlers of Catan.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing
This is
about
what
this
they call
game.
the gateway drug.
Yes. This is why it's on the list, because I don't really play this anymore, first off.
Because it's garbage.
But I could not live without this, because as you can see, there's a few games behind us if you're watching this on video.
Yeah, we're at an undisclosed location right now.
Somebody's house. But I've got a few board games, and I love board games.
This is what we like to call a problem.
It is a bit of a problem. And this game here, Catan, or however people pronounce it these days, it started the whole thing. So without that game, without Settlers, I would have never played board games. And it's really one of my favorite things to do with the wife, who shall remain unnamed.
You also, it gets a double-edged sword. Without Settlers of Catan, you would also be like $2,000 richer.
Only $2,000? That's like, to me, only $2,000.
Oh, man, well worth it, baby.
It's like,
look at this backdrop we got.
So basically my entertainment budget, it went from, we were going to movies and all that and
What
stuff
a What a waste of money.
Yeah, you use that. You watch a movie once. How many times have I played Settlers of Catan?
At least twice.
Honestly, probably in the 50, 60 range. Like, it's a lot. I've played it quite a few times. But then, after that, I got moving into some other games. And,
deep cuts.
It's my favorite hobby now. And I love it so much. And and if I didn't have the Settlers of Catan, or Catan, whoever you are, however you pronounce it, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't play a bunch of board games. We wouldn't have this board game table here that we are sitting
podcasting table.
/podcasting table. Yeah. It's kind of changed, your
lot. Life.
Changed. In like a super cheesy way, yeah. It kind of
That game changed your life.
Not like, yeah. I mean, so my wife and I, we used to just sit down, stare at a TV, watch TV whenever she got home from work, then we'd go to sleep.
Where's the connection?
Sometimes said not nary a word to each other. and one day we're just like, we should try maybe board games and get some conversation going. And boy, has it.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it was just kind of one of those things that we started doing because better than just staring at a wall for a couple hours and then going to sleep.
It is kind of crazy that is a lot of what we do as a society for entertainment. We sit and stare at a box.
I would argue that a lot of what we do as a society is sitting and staring.
That's true.
Not necessarily
working.
Yeah, you sit and stare at a screen doing your work.
Yeah, what is life, man?
You sit and stare, and you go even if you're not doing TV, you sit and stare at a play. Or
people used to build things with their hands.
Not these people.
We're just talking on the internet.
Yeah, just staring at a camera that's staring back at us. You guys are staring at us right now if you're watching this on YouTube.
Wow.
I'm a big fan of podcasts now because I don't have to stare at something. I can do something while I'm
That's true. Powerful stuff, Cameron, and we'll dive deep into the psyche of your board game addiction and
when we do a top 5 board games.
Exactly.
Yours is just going to be Yahtzee, words, whatever that categories.
Smile time fave. Yeah. I cannot get enough categories, partly because I'm amazing at it.
He is very good at it.
Wordplay.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so my number 1?
I think we're on number 1.
Number 1. We will definitely not have the same number 1.
You don't think?
I did not bring my number 1 with me because it is my coffee setup for my mornings.
Okay.
It has become, I hate to be that guy, but it has become part of my morning routine, and I just really like it. I have a Mocha Master coffee maker.
Wow.
It is pink. Wife picked the color out. And I have a Baratza Encore grinder. If you're ever wondering what my setup is, if you coffee freaks out there, you're wanting to get the good setup, you're going to drop a little coin on it. I'm going to be honest. This is not the cheapest setup, but having a great grinder has really changed the game for me. So I'm going to offend some coffee purists out there.
Wow.
Puritans? I will. I typically don't buy the finest beans. I don't. And that, I know that I'm not getting the absolute primo experience, but who can afford the $20 bag of beans every time? I drink a lot of coffee and
I'm just saying.
I buy my beans from Aldi. Okay, Aldi.
You got to be careful, Roman. If you say too much about this, people are going to roast your beans. Tell you, yeah.
My beans? What are you referring to?
I'm talking about the actual coffee beans. They're going to roast you by saying oh, he's got Aldi. Stupid beans.
They're an organic bean from Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce that.
And they're pretty good. But there's a shop here in town that a lot of my friends love called Double Shot.
Beantown. Oh, sorry.
No, not Beantown. It's called Double Shot, and their bag of beans is like $20. Aldi, it's $5.
To be fair, their
literally
bags of beans
25%.
Are huge.
No, it's not. It's $20 for a normal sized bag of coffee.
I'm thinking of when they get the beans in their giant bags.
Oh yeah, but it's very good, coffee,
coffee.
Not worth 75% more of the price. At this stage of my life, when I get a little bougier, maybe down the road, sure. Why not? When we're billionaires on our yacht?
When this podcast takes off and we're sipping our $1 million coffees.
Oh, man. Those would be the days.
I don't drink coffee, actually.
I knew this about you.
Yeah.
You drink whenever we go to Starbucks.
I order a tall black coffee. No. And you know what they hand me? This little thing, this little pink drink.
He gets the
pink drink.
He gets the pink drink.
But I will say, every time they hand it to me, I do say,
solid recurring joke.
Wait a sec. It's literally every single time.
His best joke.
Sadly, this is probably true. But yeah, every time they hand me this grande pink drink, I look at it and I go, I ordered a tall black coffee. But I guess I'll just drink this. And then
have you ever gotten anybody to like the worker like I'll make that?
Yes, yeah. Actually, more often than you'd think, they go.
No, I think it would happen every time.
Oh, do you want me to remake that? And I just go, no, it's fine. And then I turn around and sip it and walk out the door. And I just go, ugh.
Now, what is the pink drink for those that don't?
So, if you're unfamiliar with Starbucks, it is a billion-dollar corporation.
Everyone knows what Starbucks is.
Okay, all right. So skip ahead then. Yeah, so if you go to Starbucks, there's these things like their teas they call refreshers. Okay. They have these things called refreshers. And this is the strawberry acai refresher. And instead of putting water in, because they have their little strawberry acai refresher liquid, and then they mix it with water typically to just like dilute it. But they put coconut milk in instead. And it makes a little pink drink. And it's delicious. And it'll change your life.
I'm sure it is. I don't know that it would change your life. But
How is that not on my top 5 list?
Should have been on the top. Did you say your number 1 already?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah. My bad.
Get that number 1.
Pants. I would hate to live without pants.
Leg pipes.
Yeah, leg pipes. That's so crazy. Yes, these leg pipes. Not necessarily just jeans.
Hold on. These ones specifically?
No. Not these ones specifically. This is just because I'm wearing probably my favorite pair of jeans.
Taking it to the ON, the Old Navy.
Well, again, those aren't the ones I normally wear.
Athletic with built-in flex.
Personal information.
Sorry. If anyone wants to send you
I don't
pants.
want people knowing I like the flex. Flex denim, it's where it's at. If you don't use flex denim, again.
There's pros and cons, if you ask me. It doesn't last as long. Wears out quicker.
Nobody asked you.
Well, it's my show, so I can do what I want.
Okay, good point. Pants. Yeah, pants is the thing for me. I feel like, because when we say things that I can't live without, we're not saying things that would, like, if they didn't exist, I would be, like, miserable. We're saying, like, if I didn't have them, like, I couldn't live without them. So if I was the only guy who didn't have pants, I'd just be walking around without pants, and people would be like, there's crazy Cameron, he never wears pants. I'd get arrested. It would be a very bad day.
Are you talking about, like, no pants, no underwear, or...
I mean, I could maybe have underwear,
just
I
in
suppose.
your walking around your grundies.
I guess I could wear shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably that over just walking around in my grundies. I wouldn't want to do that. That sounds inappropriate. You definitely at best.
I don't know if you get the cops calling you for underwear though, but definitely if you're.
Surely you would.
I don't know. I don't know if the cops would do anything.
I mean, it depends on where you are, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in a major city, that's probably like standard issue. People walking around in underwear all the time.
So if I did have to live without pants, just move to New York.
Yeah, you fit right in.
And they'd be like, oh, there's the other guy that doesn't.
Now we're talking
pants.
no pants, no undies. Yeah, that's called indecent exposure, and you're gonna get a call.
Have to move to a nudist.
But again, depends on where you're at.
Avert my eyes.
It depends on where you're at. I think if you're in like LA, you'd probably let it slide.
I just. Let what slide?
Okay, this brings us to our honorable mentions section.
Oh,
I brought some honorable mentions. I don't know if you did.
I did not.
I'm just gonna rip through these. This kind of goes along with my PJs.
Yeah.
My Ugg slippies.
Uggs?
Yeah, I've had these for like.
Are they fuzzy inside?
They are. They've got sheepskin. They're pretty gross just because I've had them for like 5 years or something, but they've totally held up. And, Uggs, I never thought I'd be a fan, but I got these for Christmas. And they've totally held up. They're great in the winter because they got the sheepskin, and they're not super hot in the summer. The sheepskin's kind of regulating the temperature. Love these. And as I'm doing this, I'm realizing I have my slippers just loose in here with my toothbrush. Which is my last honorable mention. The Sonicare
his old toothbrush now.
This is the current toothbrush I used this morning.
Yeah, but I wouldn't use that again.
Yeah, I might change out the head.
Please do.
But I went many years without the Sonicare toothbrush, and now that I have, again, a little bit bougie.
Yeah.
Now that I have invested in Sonicare, I'm never going back, baby.
You gave me this Not this specific one. Well, actually, yeah,
think
the
it's
same
the same,
same type of toothbrush for Christmas, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of a lame Christmas present, but hopefully you like it.
Well, it's changed the way I brush my teeth.
Look at that.
It has absolutely, because I mean, it's just a great toothbrush.
You don't do any of the work.
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna get this and you're gonna go, but no, you just let it. If you read the manual, which I did,
I did not. I took his word for it.
Let it. You just kind of let it do its thing.
But on the inside of the mouth.
Just let it do its thing.
He doesn't want to.
Listen, hold on. That's like supersonic vibrations.
Yeah.
Hence the name, Sonic Hair.
Yeah.
Well, not a sponsor.
If you're not familiar with it, it does tickle a lot.
You gotta get used to it. It's a little bit of a learning curve.
Whenever I first started using it, I was giggling the whole time.
It is.
It
really
was terrible. It was like,
yeah, you think I'm never gonna get used to this.
Yeah.
But then, wow, does it make
6 to 7 months in?
Does it make a difference?
You got to start on like a lower sonic.
You gotta work
vibration.
your way up to the 3 level.
Yeah, once you got level 3, man, it changes the game.
Game changer.
Yeah,
for
sure.
For oral health.
It's true. My teeth have never felt cleaner.
Yeah, and that is our list. Any closing thoughts for favorite? Two brothers, 5 things you can't live without.
Nah. Oh, my brother.
We'll see you next time.